There are two concepts that drive our passion and the Love Biome opportunity. Number one, plant life gives life. Number two, the power of one. In the early days of Love Biome, our only purpose was to discover plants. We evaluated and studied plants from around the world, from the remote islands of the South Pacific to the organic family farms of North America to the slopes of the Himalayas. We made so many amazing discoveries, and we were blown away by the life-giving power of plants. And yet we lacked the crucial connecting thread that would bind all of these ingredients together. During this evaluation, we were consumed with the question, is there one thing I can do every day to reach optimal health? There are so many pills and powders and supplements all over our shelves. How can we simplify this confusing mess we call health and wellness? On one hand, we believed in the power of plants. Plant life gives life. On the other, we searched for the power of one thing we can do every day to reach optimal health. We knew that if we could somehow connect these two principles, the result would be powerful. And we did. We connected the power of plants to the comprehensive health and wellness through the microbiome. Through our research, we discovered that microbiome health holds the key to proper function and structure of every system of the body. I'd like to invite you to discover the era of the microbiome with us. Continue this onboarding series to learn more about microbiome health and exactly how we're addressing it with our innovative products. By connecting these two powerful concepts, we have unlocked limitless potential for growth in this new era of discovery.
So let's get right into it. The individuals in the UK that have associated themselves with us is the Health Capital Group, a group of real leaders, innovative individuals who are not only changing their physical health, but they're also changing their financial health. We want to help do three things. We want to connect this area of the body with three things that everybody wants. One, we want to make sure you look good. Two, we want to make sure you feel your absolute best. And three, we want to help you get out there and live your very best life. And that has to feel a certain way to everybody because we all want those things. We want to look good, we want to feel good, and we want to live a good life. But for so many, it's not happening. One of the reasons is health. And we find that not enough people value their health. Your personal health is your most valuable asset. But people don't treat it that way. They secure their money, they secure their jewelry, they put their important papers in a safe or a safe deposit box, but they don't really spend, hours of their lives thinking about how do I protect my personal health? Well, we want to shift that paradigm and really bring health to the fore. And the reason is because it's in crisis. With all of the money poured into the health industries around the world, chronic disease is on an increase. It's not decreasing, even though those organizations receive millions, if not billions, in charitable contributions. The truth is, it's not creating impact. If we were to line up 10 people in the United States, 6 of the 10, more than half, would either have heart disease, cancer, chronic lung disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, diabetes, or chronic kidney disease. 6 out of 10. But it gets worse. 4 of the 6 or 4 of the 10 would have 2 or more of these diseases. And it's not unique to the United States. In Europe, 1/3 of Europeans have at least one chronic condition. Now, when we talk these chronic conditions, we're all familiar with them. Diabetes happens to be a cause really close to my heart because it has ravished my family. But according to the International Diabetes Association, or Federation, 1 in 8 adults worldwide, approximately 783 million, close to 1 billion, will be living with diabetes, and that's an increase of 46%. So again, you should think it's going down with all the science and technology, but the truth is it's going up. And if we were to think about how many people are on the verge of suffering, it mentions that 8 in 10 adults with pre-diabetes, they don't even know that they have it. So diabetes is not just something you have, it's something you suffer from. Amputations, kidney failure, blindness, neuropathy, it goes on and on. Then when it comes to cancer, with more than 3.7 million new cases and 1.9 million deaths each year, cancer represents the second most important cause of death and morbidity in Europe. In the US, they expect this year 2 million new cases, 612,000 deaths. Again, it's going up, not down. Obesity. People don't always think of that as a disease, but it is. 2.5 billion adults. That's a lot. That's a quarter, a little more than a quarter, almost a third of the population is obese. And it's not about how you look or, whether you can wear a bikini. There are 13 types of cancer that are associated with obesity and 200 other health conditions. So all of this is just pointing to how bad the situation is when it comes to health across the entire world. Here's a problem that we don't necessarily think about. The problem is insufficient sleep. Did you know that when individuals don't get enough sleep, their chances for diabetes or even cardiovascular situations, it's all increased. So our goal today is to take all of these conditions, all the ones that maybe you're suffering from or someone who's suffering from, and tie them in with this particular area of the body. And no, it's not your navel. We're going to talk about it. Remember, illnesses, they don't just come up out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature. And when enough sins have been accumulated, illness will suddenly appear. So people's like, well, all of a sudden I got cancer. No, it didn't happen that way. It showed up at a certain point, but it's a result of things that people were doing. And this was said by a man by the name of Hippocrates. And we're going to refer to him quite a bit because he's considered the father of medicine. So before I get to that, let me just ask you, when you sit and you think about it, what might show up for you? Based on how you're living your life, what is on the verge for you? That's something to really contemplate. Are you afraid to go to the doctor for fear that they may tell you something about your health? Now, if you're healthy, don't think it's time to hang up. This conversation is not for you. This conversation is for healthy people. Why? Because you want to keep it that way. And if you've lost the measure of your health, the conversation is for you because you definitely want to get back to that place called healthy. Remember, the gut microbiome is the center of health in your body. When you look at this chart of the anatomy of the human body, all the major organs they go right back to the gut: the thyroid, the brain, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the urinary system, the large and small intestine, the reproductive organs, the spleen, the stomach, the heart, the thymus. Everything goes right back to the gut microbiome. So it makes sense that every physiological system in the body is impacted. But let's just talk about the brain. I think all of us value our brain. We don't ever want to deal with brain injury or brain trauma. We know how important it is to life. But isn't it true that maybe we didn't understand how important it is to the microbiome? The gut talks to the brain and the brain talks to the gut. Now, again, I said that emphatically or dogmatically, but how do you know? Well, this is what science is saying, that the human body doesn't have one brain, we have two. We have the brain in our head, and then we have the brain in our gut. Here's a cover story that said, with a sophisticated neural network transmitting messages from trillions, remember I talked about 100 trillion, trillions of bacteria, the brain in your gut exerts a powerful influence over the one in your head. How many of you have ever been in a situation and you just don't know what to do? Intellectually, from a mind standpoint, from your brain standpoint, you don't know what to do. So you know what you say? I don't know what to do. I'm going to trust my gut on this one. That's because it's a second brain. Or how many of you have said, my gut is telling me to? Well, now we know why we say those things, because it is the body's second brain. We have two brains. So how we sleep, our comprehension, has everything to do with your gut microbiome. Some of you may have already advanced from what they call the standard American diet, the fast foods, the sugar-loaded foods, the genetically modified foods, the things that are not even foods. All of the things that people consume today on a regular basis, they are nutritionally bankrupt and they lead to these problems. Now, it's called the standard American diet. And if you take the first initials, it's SAD, it's called the SAD diet, but it's also called the Western diet. So it includes most of the countries in the European Union, the UK, Norway, Iceland, Switzerland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So it is affecting a wide portion of the world. This is not what he meant when he talked about food. Nor was he talking about all the pharmaceutical medicine, all the pills that people take in an effort to get well. The man made synthetic pharmaceutical drugs that, when a doctor prescribes them, they come with a long list of side effects. In America, they'll come out with a new drug and they'll say, try this, it's going to make you feel better. About 6 to 9 months later, there'll be a commercial through the airwaves saying, if you've used this drug, contact this attorney, because now they realize some of the side effects, not the least of which is death. So we're not here to give you another pill bottle. In fact, if you're taking a lot of pharmaceutical drugs and your microbiome is not working the way it should, the drugs you're taking probably will have little or no value. So we want to get to the root of the problem, not just another remedy. And this is it. You have to create, restructure, nurture that area, create the ideal microbiome in your body. You want to flood the body with good bacteria, and you want to, as quickly as possible, get rid of the bad bacteria. And as Kelly Olson said, plant life gives life. That is a core belief of who we are and what we do. In fact, this article said the key to improving your gut microbiome is diversity. Now, if you're listening and you say, oh, I do well, I use aloe, or I use noni, or I use seaweed, pay attention to the next statement. One magical superfood won't save your GI tract. The key is diversity. It takes a wide variety of plant-based foods to improve the health of your microbiome. 96 perfectly blended ingredients, and we created this complete gut and microbiome health product. Now, when I say we created, we put it together. The products come from nature. We all have heard, God said, let every tree of the garden serve as food for you. So we simply put it together conveniently in an all-natural product, no additives, 100% vegan, USDA organic, gluten-free, 100% plant-based, no added sugar, non-GMO, and it's going to help us to restructure our gut. The first piece that I'll talk about are the 2 bottles that you see. We sometimes call it 2 sips and a rip. The sips, obviously, you want to take an ounce of each of these every single day. Now, when you look at the ingredients, it's just real food. Everything is designed to support your immune system, your heart health, your aging process, electrolyte and acidity balance. It has unique ingredients. One, it has noni juice. And that allows me to tell you about why we called it Next. Going back to 1996, almost 30 years ago, the founders of this company introduced the entire globe to the first liquid dietary supplement that revolutionized the world, and that was Tahitian noni juice. So this is their next creation, the next vision of how key ingredients can work together to support human health, the next generation of technology. Now, they did include noni juice in this product, as well as something they learned through technology is that when you ferment noni, it has red light noni ferment, but it also has blueberry and jackfruit and lemon and red grape and pumpkin. Some of these are exotic plants that we may not be familiar with, but this red product balances the gut. It kind of creates that separation. It's rich in polyphenols and antioxidants. And then the purple is called Detox. And that is almost self-explanatory. It helps you get rid of what the body doesn't need. Have you ever heard someone say, she's full of it or he's full of it? Well, literally, there are people who are full of excrement. People don't always go to the bathroom the way they should. Now, it's not just a matter of you didn't do it, it's dangerous. In fact, when individuals do not do that on a regular basis, it creates leaky gut. That hardened excrement can rip little holes in the lining of your intestine, which is not hard to do. It's only 1 cell layer thick. So those little holes happen, and the bad bacteria that should be exiting, it jumps out into the bloodstream and it wreaks havoc on the body. This product helps to increase transit time. It helps individuals become more regular, but it does so much more than that. And again, all the ingredients are all natural, high in polyphenols, which are linked to good gut health, as well as antioxidants. When you don't go to the bathroom regularly, you can experience something called autointoxication. All that means is the body can poison itself. None of us would sit around and drink poison. But if you don't eliminate and detox the body, what's left can actually poison the body. Not only that, you can create intestinal obstructions. And about 5 to 30% of people with small intestinal obstructions, they die within 30 days. So this is serious. Now, the ingredients, that red light fermented noni is patented and proprietary. So if you say, oh, I can get this somewhere else, the reality is you can't. And that type of noni, the red light fermented noni, is 25% greater in polyphenols than noni by itself. So it's more efficacious. And that's just where it starts. Then you have this product that I consider a powerhouse product. Again, this is where the rip comes in. 2 sips and a rip. You want to open this, just pour it in 8 to 10 ounces of water, and you're getting 40 different fruits and vegetables, 10 from every food color group. Very important. You're getting probiotics, prebiotics, and enzymes. When you read the box tells you how good it is. It tells you all the ingredients come from the garden. They were harvested and collected sustainably and naturally. No GMOs, no herbicides, pesticides, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, preservatives, or colors. You probably can't find another product. I shouldn't even say probably. There is not another product like it to date. It has 0 gluten, dairy, corn, egg, peanuts, no animal byproducts, lactose, sucrose, or dextrose. It's good for all lifestyles, no added sugar. It's perfect for vegetarians, vegan, paleo, keto, or more. Whatever your diet is, you can add this to it. And when you look at the ingredients, what I love is things we already know, things we can pronounce: apple, asparagus, broccoli, kale, leek, spinach, watercress. And I'm not going to name them all. In the orange, you have mango, carrot, orange, papaya, pumpkin, sweet potato, and yellow bell pepper. In the red, for circulation, you have red beet, pomegranate, cranberry, raspberry, cherry, tomato, red bell pepper. In the purple, black currant, blueberry, bilberry, blackberry, eggplant, purple cabbage, ebony carrot, all of them working together to create the diversity that the microbiome needs. Now, if that's all it had, it would be great. But then add in all the enzymes that we need. See, when we consume food, our bodies need to break that down. So if I eat chicken, but I don't have protease, that what I could extract from it that's useful for the body would not happen. So you're going to have all of the enzymes to handle the different food groups. And then this powerful probiotic complex. Now here, I don't want to offend anyone, but I want to say if you're taking just a probiotic, congratulations, but that's yesterday's message. Today, you need targeted probiotics. Science has enhanced us so much. Technology has allowed us to understand that the bacterias do specific things. For instance, Lactobacillus acidophilus, it's a pathogen barrier. Lactobacillus bulgaricus, liver. Lactobacillus rhamnosus for weight loss. And so you want to have a full spectrum probiotic. Those words, full spectrum, differentiate this probiotic from most everything that is currently sold on the market. You want a full spectrum probiotic, and you get all of that: the probiotic, the full spectrum, the enzymes, and 40 different fruits and vegetables. But then we want to step further. There are specific needs that people have. Some individuals, they want to release weight, get rid of it for good. By the way, obesity is not just something that, is about how you look. It affects your health. So this is the most innovative microbiome-centered weight management product ever conceived. It uses Lactobacillus gasseri. Again, targeted probiotics. Here's another one: targeted probiotic to give you energy. Not just to give you energy, but to harvest your energy so you don't have to live on Monster and Red Bull and 5 cups of coffee just to make it through the day. What about calming down, getting rid of stress, and getting a good night's sleep? There are individuals who desperately need to do that. And then this is one I feel everybody listening should pay more than the usual attention to and add to your diet. Nothing disrupts your gut microbiome more than sugar. Sugar interferes with good bacteria function and population, And sugar feeds the bad bacteria. So think of your body as having these two bacteria and they're fighting. You have the good and you have the bad, and they're fighting for food. Well, when sugar enters, the bad wins and it can become more populous in your gut microbiome. So that's why it's so important that we get rid of the excess sugar. Think of what sugar does to the body. If you have too much sugar in your brain, you're going to have dementia or Alzheimer's. Too much sugar in a child's brain, they're hyperactive and they have ADHD. Too much sugar in your teeth, cavities and gum disease. Too much sugar in the blood, diabetes. We talked about that. Too much sugar in the eyes, you're going to have glaucoma. You can even go blind. Too much sugar on the skin, you're going to have something called sugar face. It will prevent collagen from keeping you looking young and vibrant. Too much sugar and you have cancer, understand the cancer feeds on the sugar. Even your reproductive organs can be impaired from sugar. Now, we know it tastes good, but we know how bad it is for us. Why do we keep eating it? We want to know why? Because we're addicted. It is more addicted than cocaine and heroin. And that's factual. You can look this information up. The average adult consumes 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 times more than the recommended allowance of sugar. Most of it, they get through sugary drinks. Now, in the US, I understand people are confused because our labels are in the metric system, and most people don't understand that. But in the US, if you were to consume a 20-ounce soda, that's 16 teaspoons of sugar. I don't know if they've reduced it somewhat in the UK, but it's too much sugar. McDonald's, tell me what potatoes have to do with table sugar. If you have a medium size McDonald's fries, 23 teaspoons of sugar. And you can research this. And sugar is linked to so many of the diseases that people are impacted with. We also have this amazing product called Phytopower Tea. I just went to a seminar on this, and it is an amazing product that allows the body to release what's stored in fat cells and causes it to exit the body through something called thermogenesis. It really is about, and I apologize for that, it's really about belly fat and your hip circumference, getting rid of that excess weight, which, by the way, that visceral fat around your belly is the worst fat to have. And then we have Phytopower I, targeted probiotics for your immune system. I'll just share with you what's in it. Papaya, elderberry, echinacea, camu, orange, acerola cherry, ginger, garlic, turmeric, and black pepper fruit. It does amazing things for the immune system. It strengthens both sides of your system. Your innate immune system, which is the quick response, and then the adaptive immune system, which kind of identifies what's going on and it works to fix it. It improves allergic reaction, it defends against harmful pathogens, and it helps to create antibodies. Now, all of the targeted probiotics that I refer to, they all taste amazing. The sugar blocker and this immunity, in my opinion, everybody should use it every day. But you may have other specific concerns, and that's okay. The whole family can use everything that we've shared as long as they can consume food. There's an avalanche of documentation, published, clinically tested information that validate everything that I said. There's so much information out there. It's been on television. How long you live has everything to do with the microbes in your gut. It's been on what we call the Today Show. There was another show, the Tamron Hall Show. There's books being written about it. So it is our desire to reach everybody on the planet with this message. Now, what they do with it, that's up to them. When you start to take care of your gut microbiome, you feel less stress, you sleep like a baby, headaches go away, your skin looks better, cravings reduce, and so many people experience weight loss. Now, it's a relatively new product to the European market. We've been in business now for a little more than 2 years. This year, 2024, is our focus for launching the entire business all throughout Europe, the UK and Switzerland and Norway and Sweden. And so many people are talking about what this product is doing. Everything you see on the screen has a name to it. We have so many people that have lost weight. My nephew, 70 pounds. A friend of mine, 65 pounds. By the way, that product came out in September. So we're talking about in a 6-month time frame. I released 30 pounds. Autoimmune disease. One of my best friends has an autoimmune disease. She was diagnosed in 2013. She was taking 53 pills, naturopathic medicine, just to make it through the day, 53 pills a day. And she can tell you how this product, these targeted probiotics, have helped. Felicia had glaucoma. Her pressure was at 24 to 26 because of this product. And by the way, she was using something else and she was able to get it down to about 22. Now she's between 14 and 16. So I'm just giving you a sampling of how this product can impact you. What I would love to do at this point is just take a brief minute and find out if there's anyone who can raise their Zoom hand and maybe share with the audience how this product is impacting your life.
My daughter, I think she's probably been a diabetic now for about 15 years now. She's 30, 34. And so when we found out she was a diabetic, we had no idea. She was in the hospital, her organs began to shut down, and she was in the hospital for a week. So she was on another product as well. It helped her, but her numbers were still high. And since she got on this particular product, the Daily 3, her numbers have come down considerably. Her AL, what is it?
A1C.
A1C. Sorry about that, y'all. Her A1C has come down considerably. And in fact, it's like 7.3. And it may be even lower than I'd have to ask her. But in record time, her A1C came down dramatically. And so she's doing good. Now, my husband also, let me just share his brief testimony. He's had kidney problems, and for about a year, he's been trying to figure out from his doctors, what do we do to stop this? What do we do before we have to go on dialysis? And they couldn't give him any answers. He was literally going, I think every 2 months, going back and forth to get it checked out. And now he has no problems whatsoever. So his kidney health function has been restored 100%. He doesn't even have to go back for that until the next year. So these products has helped my family tremendously. I can just share countless and countless and countless of testimonies, but time wouldn't allow me to do that. But thank you for allowing me.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I will tell you that just because of time, but there's so much, I am so passionate about this product because I'm watching exactly what I said at the outside. I'm watching people look good. I'm watching them feel good. And when that happens, they live their best life. And it's our desire to help more people. The testimonials on autism, they matter. When a child is diagnosed with autism or placed on the spectrum, it impacts the whole family. These testimonials bring me to tears. So there's a lot to your gut microbiome. It's not just about, did you go to the bathroom yesterday? We're not a digestive health company. We're about taking care of the one thing that can impact your health. So how do you get the products? Well, get back with the person who invited you, have a conversation. We're not here just to sell you, we're here to help you. So we need to know what it is that you want to accomplish. Now, obviously, the Daily 3 is complete gut health, and I recommend everyone use it. But if my immediate goal is to get rid of some of the weight because it's costing me, I recently found out that 1 pound overweight results in 4 pounds of pressure. So if I'm 10 pounds overweight, you may not think that's a big deal, but that's 40 pounds of pressure on your knees. So just getting rid of weight is going to have an impact on how you feel. So you would use the W and the B and the T, or the W and the B. If you need energy, if you've been tired and you go to bed tired and you wake up tired and you're living on artificial energy, then you want to use the targeted probiotics, PhytoPower E. PhytoPower I, again, in my opinion, immunity, everybody should use it. And then you have PhytoPower C. So you want to get back with the person who invited you. I didn't talk about our skin microbiomes, but we have a lotion for that as well. But you want to get back with that person and they can help you decide how best to get it, how best to get the right price, how to package it up for yourself, because it matters. It doesn't just matter to you. It matters to the people you know. They may never hear about this if you don't share it with them. And I will tell you, everything has a money back guarantee. Now, if you had to put this together, the pricing you see here, it's reflective on what it would cost in general. So if you had to put this together, these 3 products, which is complete gut health, it would cost you anywhere from $300 to $350. So our goal is just to make sure everyone understands there's one thing to do. And that is to take care of the center of health in your body, and you do it by utilizing plant life. Now, if all you want to do is get healthy, that's your primary focus, that's the reason you're here, get back with the person who invited you as soon as possible. You can order it, they can send you a link, whatever needs to happen, it'll be delivered directly to your door. We have offices in Europe to help facilitate all that. But we're also, because we are just really starting to infiltrate the market, we're also looking for individuals who want to help us. You know, whenever there's a problem, if you're the person who can solve it, there's a huge opportunity. And that's where the organization, the MAD team, comes in, because we're also about financial literacy. We are right now in about 48 different countries, but the focus for us in the year 2024 is Europe, specifically London. So we are getting ready to do our next regional about literally almost to the day, about 6 months from now. And it's going to be in London. And you want to be positioned to capitalize on what will happen. Today, microbiome health is relatively unknown, but the governments and the universities, they're all talking about it. Within 5 years, it'll be among the top 5 most important nutritional health topics discussed. The market is huge. It's in the billions. If you add weight loss, we're almost in $1 trillion. But you can get started as an affiliate, and it really would only cost you 20 pounds. Now, what does being an affiliate mean? Well, first of all, you're going to get all the tools to run a business from the comfort of your mobile phone or computer. So you're going to get a website, an e-commerce store, a management tool. You're going to get the customer service from the company, the marketing tools, and the social media assets. You'll have everything you need to run a business, 20 pounds. Then you get to participate in an amazing compensation plan. Now, I can't really show you the value of the compensation plan with just numbers, but just suffice it to say there's nothing like it on the market. Everybody says that, so you probably don't really hear it ring true, but it's almost a 60% compensation plan. For everything you personally do, you can earn anywhere from 25 to 40% on your first 2 levels. That's unheard of. But you can also build a team that will allow you to go down through 8 levels. There are achievement bonuses anywhere from $500 to $10,000. Now, the way you move through the ranks is how much you and your team do in a calendar month. So this is April. If you and your team had 4,800 in volume, which is approximately 40 sales of the daily 3, you would be a builder. If you had about 185, you'd be a leader. If you had a little more, so 185, like let's say close to 400, you'd be a star performer. And to be at the top of the company, you build a team that has about 500 sales. That is insignificant when you look at the population and you think of all the disease and all the health conditions that people are suffering from. So it's a very, very lucrative compensation plan. It becomes residual because the product is consumable. It's not like you use it once and then you don't need it anymore. We have individuals, and by the way, these are a year old numbers, that made 100K in a year, 250K, 500K, 250K. And this is, like I said, this is old news. We have to get the new figures. But we have individuals who started with us in just a matter of 5 months. They've already made 50. There's a gentleman who made $50,000 and he never built a team. I need that to be real clear in your mind, because this is not one of those businesses where you have to build a team. If you do, great. If you don't, there's still significant income out there for you. Here's an example. You just use your circle of influence. We all know people. Just go through your cell phone, people that you talk to on a regular basis, and you share some information about health. Now, some of them are going to listen to you because maybe they want to lose weight. Maybe they have diabetes. Maybe they just want to get healthier. Some of them will listen to you, and some of them will share it with someone else who shares it with someone else who shares it with someone else. In this example, you would generate over $100,000 a year. That's dollars, but now with the currencies being so close, let's just say 100,000 pounds a year for helping people get healthy. That's not a bad idea. And here's another example. Let's just say you had 5 people on your team and their goal every month was 10 customers. who just did a 39-pound product, 39 pounds to lose weight, or 39, they just buy one. In that example, you would generate about 225 pounds. Now, if it went to the next level, you had 25 people with 10 customers somewhere in the world. Now it's about 975. You're paying for your car and insurance. The next one, you're probably paying your household bills, and you can see how it's graduating: 525, 125. The next level is 625. Now you're starting to have real discretionary income. What would 12,000 pounds do for you? If you move it down, now we're at wealth creation, 60,000. And then when you get down to level 6, and by the way, we go to 7 and 8, you're at income that most people don't believe. So let's break it down. 15,625 people with 10 customers somewhere in the world, all just buying a 39-pound product, and you're generating that kind of income. Now, I know some people think we put that there to entice you, but we didn't. The maths. There will be people in this company who are generating that kind of income passively and residually. And of course, it depends on you. You control that. But what if you don't get it right? What if you gave it your best shot, but you get it 94% wrong, and so you're generating $45,000? Would you be upset? I think most people would be excited. And then there's a lifestyle that goes with this business. The company believes in incentives and rewards that, man, they take you all over the world. I have seen the entire globe with this company. We're getting ready. We just came back from Dubai, but we're getting ready to go on a luxury cruise throughout Greece and Turkey. You don't have to be at the top of the company. You have to be right in the center of the company, and that's happening in June. So for a lot of you, we need to start talking about what's happening next because June is only 2 months away. But we're going on an all-suite luxury cruise, business class. They're paying for everything. We don't have to take a dollar out of our pocket. They believe in creating once-in-a-lifetime experiences for you. So it's up to you how this fits into your life. You may decide, hey, it's not for you, and that's fine. But if money is an issue for you, then ask yourself, what are you going to do? Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And then once you get money as an issue out of your life, you can parlay it into other avenues and to other things and start to have a portfolio of residual income coming into your house. It's like building little streams of water that just flow into your house. Or you can decide to join us, change your life, build a business, become financially free. That choice is 100% up to you. This is the brand Love Biome. This is the time. And if the time is right for you, join us. Now, you have to decide how you want to benefit. Do you want to be a consumer? Do you want to be a consumer and a brand ambassador? That's something you can decide. You want to connect with the individual who gave you this information. They can send you their link for you to join, or they can sit down and consult with you and help you decide what product. Then decide, do you want to be part of this unique expansion group, this UK expansion group? My belief is their financial situation will be dramatically impacted in the next 6 months. As long as we work together, there's absolutely no reason that's not the case. You want to subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Health Capital Group. They're going to put information and testimonials and things of that nature. So definitely subscribe. And then just stay plugged in. Find out when is the next meeting. I believe it'll be on, today is Thursday. It'll be on Tuesday. So you want to find out when that next meeting is, and then you want to come and you want to invite people, and just that fast, you'll start to see your business grow.